Good morning, good morning, good morning, Taurus. Although you might be watching this in the afternoon or evening if it's recorded. So welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Patty. I am an empath that is doing your intuitive tarot today, along with some astrology and numerology. This type of tarot is to bring you some guidance, also to help you through your struggles, challenges. If you have a question, hopefully it will get answered through the divine, not through the cards. The cards are the telephone, guys, to the divine. So this is just a tool to be able to bring messages to you. So let's get started. This is for the week of the May 3rd through the 9th. So let's see what's going on, not only with divine, but also the planets. You'll find that if you haven't watched the full moon video, I'd go back and watch that if you have time, because you're going to see that a lot of those energies are going to be moving forward through actually May, because we're in a death rebirth system kind of thing right now. And this is just not something that's going to just drop off and say, okay, well, we're done. No, that's not the way it is. So if you watch that full moon, you'll totally understand, because like in the reading for Virgos and Capricorns, it actually came up in their signs this week. So go back and watch that if you have a minute, and you'll understand if you're a little confused through your reading today. All right. The only other announcement I have is don't forget to watch the Why is My Tarot Different than Others? And it'll also give you a little bit of history and information about traditional tarot versus modern tarot. There's so many other things that are going on with it. So I hope you watch that as well. It's only like 7 minutes. So that's the only other announcement I have. Other than my knees still healing. And yesterday I was a little down because it just really swelled up. It's like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, just like the planets are saying. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Just have to be patient in that 1 step back, which some days I'm just not. All right. So let's get started, guys. Oh, okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. So remember, for you, people that are returning, they know how I work. But for the new, this first oracle is Divine's Oracle. Okay, so a lot of people do like past, present, future kind of a thing. No, I think it's really important to get our messages, our guidance, and everything from Divine. So a couple weeks ago, he's like, "Give me a card," and I'm like, "What? Give me a card?" And I'm like, okay. So this is his card. This is maybe an answer to a question that you might be asking Divine or unsure of. Maybe there's a struggle or a challenge that you're going through that you need help with. He's already put this card down for himself, and this is definitely, and it's also, what's interesting is you'll find that I do the astrology and numerology. Numerology is more important, but I really watch the astrology and the divine. They're almost the same. It's just like amazing. Divine's power is a lot more, though, because he can do whatever he flipping wants with that universe. He can change it if he wants to. Maybe he wants a pretty picture this today, and he changes some galaxies or something. Who knows? But anyway, so let's see what the other 2 cards. So the second card is going to be for your current energies for this week, and then the third card is for your future energies. Now, wow, that keeps popping up. Future energies, I usually say, are going to be for the weekend or the week. However, it hasn't been so in this last month. So we're looking towards a couple months. So we're going to be into May. We are in May. This is being recorded on the 28th. So it is going to be into May, but it's going to be May, June, and July. These energies are going to be focused on May, June, and July, because we're in a process. We're in a transition. We're in a transformation. So it does take time for that to happen. So if you're taking notes, just remember that this future energy is definitely going to last for 3 months. And when you see this card, you know it's going to have to take 3 months. All right. So the Divine's card today is disruption. Okay. I'm going to let that go. Is disruption. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is 3. So we need to acknowledge disruptions. Disruptions are things that are actually going to cause us to lose our focus. That could be a distraction, same thing. And that is really good of that low vibrational energy to do that for us. It really wants to push us. So the divine is probably asking us to pay attention when things are trying to take us off focus, things that are trying to distract us and take us off of our journey. Because here's the thing, if the divine is working with you and things are starting to go really, really good, he's going to allow some distractions to come in to see how serious you are on your journey, on what your goal is. He wants to see if you've got that discipline in you to be able to keep moving forward. Again, like the moon reading, full moon reading, it is about actually those energies of the hare and the tortoise again. So we really, really want to make sure that we keep those distractions, and when they start coming in, refocus or ask them to go away. A lot of times it's people. So it's like, no, I really can't do that today. I'm really focusing in on what I need to get done today. Or, you know what, I got homework to do, so I really can't do that today. I would love to, but I can't. Okay. So current energies is the Raven. Okay. And the Raven is the number 10. It is about things finishing, death, and rebirth again for May, guys. Death and rebirth. So something has to go away for something to come up at, what do you call that? Not rebirth, but to end something, so that close a door and a new door open. Put it that way. Okay. So also the Raven, they say, is about magic and coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I just don't. I believe that things come into our life for a reason, or a person comes into our life for a reason. But I do believe in synchronistic events. Okay. And that is your destiny. Synchronistic events are things that happen in a pattern, hopefully that you can say, hey, wow, this just keeps happening. Or, wow, look at where I was last year and look at where I am now and all the things that happened to get me here. Those are the things that the synchronistic events are. Again, as we go through our process, our synchronistic events, we also are going to get disrupted. Now, if you have a focus, that's going to happen, because the divine's testing. There is a test to see if you are really serious about whatever it is that you want to do. Say you're in a relationship and one person's really serious and the other person isn't so much. We need to find out how serious they are. Are they looking towards marriage, or are they looking just to, hang out for the rest of their lives? Those kind of things. We have to look and see and ask and be due diligent on our own part to make sure that things are falling into place the way that they should. I'm hearing something and I'm home alone, so it's like I shouldn't have anybody in the house. Okay, so our future energy again is for the next couple of months. That is forgiveness. Like I said, this is a process that takes time. This is a process that takes healing, acceptance that there is probably nothing that you could have changed, done, or did differently, but that you accept it. It is what it is. You forgive the person and you move on. Because we don't forgive things, we forgive people. And that is for yours. And that is also 9, 13, that's 14. That's to bring stability back into your life. The number 4. All right. So some of you are going to like, screw that, I'm never going to forgive them. And that will actually keep your vibrations lower until you heal. And when you heal, then you can actually begin to forgive. All right. So let's see what the divine has in the cards for you. Now, remember, guys, that this is divine driven. So whatever your purpose in life is, whatever your questions are, whatever your challenges are, whatever your, so a lot of people go to tarot for a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I do get messages from the other side saying, hey, this is where I want them to go. This is where I want them to do. And I might even get your ancestor. However, this is for your journey. This is for how you are to possibly maneuver and maybe answer some of your questions. Again, the cards are the telephone and I'm the conduit. So again, this is from the divine. This is not me. People will thank me for my readings. It's not me. I'm the conduit. I think you should be thanking the divine for the message through me. But I thank you for those compliments. I really do. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning answering some comments. And I just love that you guys watch and support and definitely do that. However, I really wish you would thank the divine if he's making a difference in your life. All right. So there we go. Let's see here. Yes. Oh, I like that one because it's actually on the thumbnail. Yes, it is on the thumbnail. This is your journey. Start here, right? And we do need to start here, kind of a thing. Okay, so we have the Chariot, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Chariot, you know, is all about movement, and it's all about which way is it going to move, though. So we have to sort of look at that. We have to sort of analyze which way things are going, maybe for you or somebody around you. And we have the Ace of Swords. So this is movement in the direction of absolute truth, not human truth, but absolute truth, because this is a beautiful, beautiful Page of Pentacles bringing a message of some type. And the Page of Pentacles is about a really positive, light, young energy. It's something that, you know, sort of like at my age, I look at kids, and I shouldn't say kids, you know, in your 20s, and it's like, man, I really wish I had that young energy again. I really would still love to go do a lot of these things that are coming up that, you know, want to do that. So that's an energy that is coming towards you, and it's going to help you project forward. Now, the Ace of Swords is an offering of truth. Okay. Oh, we got another page. Wow. Page of Swords. You got some things coming towards you guys. This is the synchronistic events here. This is interesting that they're there together. One is fighting a little bit the other. So if you look at the Page of Swords, he's looking at them because you got to remember you're talking about absolute truth, which is spirit. And then the Page of Pentacles is earth, money, your progress. It's about business. It's about school. It's about career. It's about, so you've got two things looking at each other and the Sword of Truth. And it's between these two. So really keep in mind, ooh, there's going to be some disruptions. Really keep in mind you've got world in between two spiritual cards. Absolute truth. Okay. And the swords is about your mindset as well. It's about how we think. So when we look at the swords, it's like, how do we process? How do we think? And where are we at? So we've got two sort of looking at the Page of Pentacles like, yeah, you know what? We have to live in the world. We have to do whatever we need to do, but we got to be really, really careful of those distractions because those can take us off course. All right. So that's something that really, really needs to be paid attention to. Because again, this is about synchronistic events. Somebody's going to have a disruption where they have to make a choice in lying or telling the truth. Now, we do this in a lot of things, like we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. But here there is a position. Yeah, definitely. This is where you're going to actually be judged. This is actually remember, we've got the spirit. I don't know, all these fake phone numbers. I hate it. We've got two pages and then they're going to be judged. Remember I said somebody was going to be sort of in a position to not tell the truth or tell the truth. You need to stick with the truth because you're looking at a judgment between spirit, which is absolute divine, and earth. And what happens with earth is we lie and then we get ourselves into trouble. We got to cover ourselves up. Then we got to, you know how much energy that wastes? It wastes a ton of energy. So even if it's at work, if it's at home, if it's with your friends or whatever is coming up, this is your disruption. This is going to be your test. Definitely. He's like, I'm going to see really, really where they are. I even get this. The divine will do that to me. I blew a test a couple years back. I was like, you were testing me, weren't you? And he's like, yep. And I failed, didn't I? Yep. You're not ready, is what he said. And I was like, so then I had to, because it takes time. He's not going to come back and test you. It's like, okay, let's take that test and see if you got it again. No, he's going to take time because he wants to see if you're really serious about what you want, what you're going to do, about what you want. Do you even know what you want? It's not coincidences. What is it that you want? Okay, so let's look at that. Okay, so this is a test of moving forward or not moving forward. The reason why it's moving forward, it's going to be a decision that you have to make. You're being tested. You're being tested. I keep looking at this forgiveness card, the future. Oh, thank you. Those who throw the first stone is what he says. Ooh, I got goosebumps for somebody. That's going to ring to somebody's ears. Those who throw the first stone, or they used to say cast the first stone. So what that means for those that don't know this, I think it is a biblical thing. However, it's actually very much worldly as well. So when they say, when it comes to forgiveness, this is something. For those who cast the first stone or throw the first stone, the way that was written is basically some in the Bible they were talking about a prostitute, and Jesus was basically trying to help her and understand what was going on with her and give her forgiveness, and it was okay. But the people in the round, they were saying, stone her, stone her, stone her, because she was a prostitute, she was unclean, yada yada yada. And then Jesus had said, those of you who are clean cast the first stone, or something to that effect, meaning that nobody is perfect, nobody is without doing things that they shouldn't, or sin or wrong. And so what happened was not one person could cast a stone. So if you are judging somebody for something doing wrong, this is where the divine is saying this. If you're judging somebody and saying, you know what, you lied, you did this, you did that. So divine is saying those who cast the first stone is, did you lie? Did you do the same thing? But you're pointing fingers at somebody else for what you have done. So, or you might have even done worse than what that person is. So you're talking about them. But when you really need to look at the mirror inside of you, those who cast the first stone. So we need to give forgiveness, because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody screws up. Sometimes it's intentional, and we all screw up. So that's what I'm going to say about that, because the divine is saying those who cast the first stone, those who throw the first stone, you need to look in the mirror. Sorry, I don't know who that's for. Anyway, so we have the Six of Pentacles. Again, this is give and take. This is give and take. This is a relationship. I feel that there's an energy here for a relationship, that as in a relationship, it is give and take. You do know that you cannot be all one-sided. It has to be something that you are willing to give and take in. This is a relationship. I'm hearing relationship. I'm hearing work. So this might be somebody's work. So somebody at work you just don't want to be nice to, and you have no reason. You just hear from other people, yeah, well, this is what they do. Be careful of them. About that person, but you never even took the energy to go and ask and see. I've done this before. I've listened to people, and then I've gone up to the person and talked to them, and I'm like, that's not what this person is portraying. And the more I got to know them, they're the ones that were casting the first stone when they should have shut their frickin' mouth, because they really didn't know. It's just somebody started a story. They listened to the story. They told the story. Gossip, 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 when it was completely wrong. That is not an equal give and take. That is not a fair thing to do to somebody. And the reason why I know that is somebody's done that to me, in my business world. And when I go meet that person that I actually know who started the gossip, and they have no clue. I did this one time. They had no clue who they were talking to. And I said, so do you know about this person? Oh, yeah, they're horrible. You know, they left town. They stole a whole bunch of stuff. They did this. They did that. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh, how do you know that? You know, and they're like, oh, yeah, so-and-so said so, and so-and-so, and so-and-so. And I was like, oh, really? And I really did this. This is a true life story. And, this was a 16-year-old girl that needed a lesson taught not to do this kind of a thing in a store that was doing this, spreading this rumor about me who she has never met. She had no idea she was even talking to me. And so I said, oh, really? I said, you know what? Gee, you know that girl? She goes, yeah, but she's left. And I'm like, no, she isn't, because she's standing right in front of you. And that girl turned in white as a ghost. Had no clue. And I said, why would you go around doing that kind of stuff when you don't even know me? Long story short, I called her boss and I said, if that was my employee, she would be fired. I said, but she's young. She needs a lesson to be taught, and she needs to not do that again. I don't know whatever happened to the girl, but I've had that happen many a time. So this is not, you have to sort of look at casting a first stone. Okay, I guess that's his big message today, because this is the disruption. Gossip is the disruption for somebody. And this does not allow you to keep moving forward, and it does not allow you to have the truth come out. So if somebody's gossiping about somebody this week, somewhere, anywhere, and it's a person that you have not met, meet that person and see if it's really true. Meet that person and ask them. Don't say, hey, so-and-so's been talking this, you know, I just wanted to meet you and see, you know, who you are, what you are, blah, 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 co-worker, whatever. All right. Because again, we've got the Queen of Wands, who is a freaking gossiper. She's a butterfly. She goes around telling. She also has other meanings too, but she has a dark side to her. I'm leery of this woman. I don't know. This is just the card that I do not like out of the whole deck. She's got this innocent look to her, but she is evil, evil, evil inside. Now, I could be wrong. This could be a completely different woman. However, the way that I'm reading this card today, right now, is a gossiper. I don't like it. And of course, people are curious to listen and know. And what happens is people begin to believe these horrible things about somebody. And then we got world spirit. So be really, really mindful who you come into this week. Really mindful. And this is definitely a disruption, because it's going to throw your mental process off. And it's going to make you curious. Oh, really? I really like to know about that. And ask yourself, why do you really want to know about that? Is that worldly gossip, or is it something spiritual to help in the long run? Too many cards. So you really have to look at that. All right. Yeah, definitely. Because here's the thing. You're looking at it. You're looking at every angle of it. But we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. It is not a healthy thing. It is not going to bring joy. It is not going to bring love, peace, kindness. It's not going to bring the second dimension, what the divine is trying to do. The divine is trying to disrupt and distract you to see where you are in your walk, in your truth, and your love. That is all he's trying to do. He's wanting to see really where you are. Are you compassionate? Are you kind? Are you giving? Are you all of the high vibrations? That is why these things are happening, synchronistic events. And you know what? If you listen, then you're going to ask yourself, you know what? This happened a while ago. Oh, this happened a couple of years ago. You're seeing a pattern over and over again because you're not getting the message. And it keeps happening. Or somebody near you is definitely not getting the message, and it keeps happening over and over and over again. And it's going to keep continuing until that cycle is broken. And that's why the disruptions are there. Pay attention to the disruptions and the distractions. La 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 la. Pay attention. No. It's sort of like that annoying commercial on TV. In the United States, there's this commercial where there's this person driving the car, and it's got the roof down, and it's got this annoying music. It's got the hood ornament, and she's singing, I got the money, you got the time, blah, blah, blah. It's annoying. It's a complete distraction. I turn it down every single time because you don't want to have that distraction. Turn the noise off, turn the people off, turn whatever it is off, whatever you have to do. All right. Okay, let's see if there's anything I need clarification on. You know what? I'd like more clarification on the Raven, the synchronistic events. Is there something I am missing? Because this is the number 10, Divine. This is something you're saying that is going to end and that something is going to begin. So is this, I just need more clarification on the Raven, please. They've got me looking at the Hermit, and the Hermit says to pay attention to everything around you. What's interesting about the Hermit is paying attention to everything below and watching everything. However, look what's in his other hand, the staff. That is the connection between him and the divine. He's not going to lose it. He's holding on to that sucker. That's normal in either biblical or any kind of the staff is a powerful means of communication between divine and earth. And so we really have to keep one hand on the divine and one hand on the earth in whatever we do. All right. So definitely he is wanting me to share that. So somebody really needs to turn this Ace of Cups upside down. Maybe for somebody this week, thank you. They're saying maybe somebody who has the means this week, and it doesn't mean financially. It could be mean time. It could be mean anything. But Divine is saying pay it forward. So maybe you need to just help somebody in something that you would never expect. Or you're going through a McDonald's line and you pay for somebody's lunch behind you or something like that. Pay it forward doesn't mean financial. You could be just, hey, today I'm going to go help out I'm going to go help out, volunteer in passing out dinners or whatever. Paying it forward. I don't know who this is for, but Divine is saying, please pay it forward this week. I don't know who that's for. Okay. And it could be just something very little. All right. So in clarification of the Raven here, so we have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have, the Nine of Swords. This is definitely about your synchronistic events, about walking in truth. Because the Two of Swords is more about your future. Okay, thank you. So Divine is saying that synchronistic events needs to lead to forgiveness, whatever that is in your life. I don't know who you need to forgive, or maybe somebody's coming to forgive you. I don't know who that is. I do know that this is a future thing that has happened definitely in the past, that I don't know who this is for. However, this definitely has to do with the absolute truth, because you're losing sleep. You're losing sleep. It's also, too, righting your wrongs. Whatever wrong you've done in the past, maybe you need to ask for forgiveness. This energy is not going to happen just this week. This is 2 months worth of energies coming. So this might not be eating on you right now, but it's going to. So it's either you're going to ask for forgiveness or somebody's going to come to you and ask for forgiveness. You better have open arms. Because that is courage to ask somebody for forgiveness that they did wrong. Now, if it's a habit, they do it all the time. That is just being dysfunctional and toxic. But if somebody truly in their heart did something and they are really trying to make good with it, this is really something that you need to. But you're losing sleep over it. And this is for your future. This is a synchronistic event. Something happened. Something did do a disruption in your life. Something did happen in your life. And that's like when, I'll give you an example. Thanks. They want me to give this example. I don't like this example at all, but I will give it. In my past, when I was going through my healing process of being sexually abused as a kid, I actually did go and write a letter as I was instructed to do from the counselor. But the counselor said, don't mail it. No, I said, I'm going to mail it, because how is that person not going to understand the pain that I felt, whether they acknowledge it or not? I just want to forgive. I just forgave them. And I got a call from that person. I didn't do anything. They're so in denial at that time, or so scared that they are going to be found out, that I was blown away. They didn't accept my forgiveness. They didn't accept anything. They just accused me more of not knowing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but over years of time, I don't think that's in my head. So it's when you do go to forgive somebody for something that they did to you, do not expect anything in return, because this forgiveness that you are saying I forgive you for is for you. That's the end of the story, and then you move on with your life. So somebody is definitely losing sleep over this. I don't know how to do it. I don't know if I want to do it. Are you kidding me? I'm never going to do it. But keeping those low vibration energies for the rest of your life, it's going to eat you up, but that person doesn't even think about it. So you need to release it. That's all forgiveness is releasing the energy, saying, I forgive you. I don't forget, and I don't want anything to do with you, but I forgive you for the act that you did, period, and I'm moving on. Then you release all that low vibrational energy. You bring your vibrations up and you move on. Doesn't mean you forget. You just put it on the back burner now, and you begin to release that. That's why the Raven is number 10. Okay, so that's the energies for the week, guys. This is huge. And for somebody, I don't know what this is for. However, really be mindful of this little Miss Gossiper, little Mr. Gossiper. I know men that gossip, so be really, really mindful of that. Don't allow yourself to be in on that, because it's not going to bring anything. You want to return. You want this upside right. The only way to do that is to ignore it and walk away when gossip comes in. Just say, I got to go. Well, wait. We want to tell you. No, that's just not something I want to listen to. And your life is going to begin to change to go up rather than go down. All right. That could be more of a work thing, but it is in the process of moving. Remember, you're going to be tested. Pay attention. Don't let the distractions, don't let the disruptions keep your focus or move your focus off track. It's going to happen. It is going to happen, and you're being tested. This is test time. Do you pass or do you fail? Well, there is no fail. Do you learn a new lesson? All right, guys, I hope you have a good week. If there is anything that comes up, I don't have any videos that are coming up yet. I do have one recorded about how to talk to divine, because a lot of people don't know how to talk or even ask for what they want, to get what you ask, you receive, and there is either 3 answers. You're going to get yes, no, not yet. And so I did a video on that, and I'm trying to edit it and put it together, because a lot of people think that you got to talk to divine a certain way. No, you don't. But I did a video on that. So I don't know if I'll get that posted this week or next week, but we'll see. And that's more for your spiritual growth. Okay, so that'll be under the playlist, I think, for spiritual growth. But if you're subscribed and you hit that bell, you'll be notified when I upload that. So don't forget to do that. Don't forget to like, because it really, really helps us creators. When we get all those likes, then YouTube says, oh, let's show it more. So if we don't get any likes, then they say, screw it, just let them go, let them work hard. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope this helped you. I hope it resonated with somebody. And if you think it resonated with somebody else, maybe share it with them, because they're going to be tested this week. Aha! Let's see who gets tested and passes. Let me know if you pass. All right. Take care and have a great week, guys. Bye.